Yeah, like that's man. Still speaking right now.
But why? I don't understand. Like, I don't understand how it works actually.
Like in YouTube, you have a switch. Like you press that and you're live, but you can still be sending the data to the endpoint.
Yeah, there's like
It's
green
like double
room for us to
control.
do. Yeah, and but I get it. Why I don't know it, because for example, LinkedIn don't have that.
Yeah,
Like they are going
all
instantly
platforms
live.
have just like once you start sending
Twitch is
data,
also
it makes
going it.
you
Yeah, Twitch
live.
also doesn't have that.
Yeah, but it's better. It's cool to have to be like
Yeah, I
live
think it
and
makes a lot of
see that
sense.
it's connected, and then yeah. Okay. We are live. Welcome everybody to another Behind the Product this Friday. And with me there is Predrag, there is Marek, there is Alex. So the whole team once again is here. Welcome, guys. Welcome
The whole squad is here.
How are you doing, everyone?
Yeah, it's pretty good actually. Nice Friday.
Yeah, it's fine. I just missed some coffee.
You missed a coffee?
No, I miss coffee right now.
Yeah, okay. I missed some coffee. I'm like, what coffee you missed?
It's been a good week, I think. It's energy levels are kind of low, but still good enough for a stream, for a quick Friday stream.
Yeah,
Very quick Friday
Very
stream.
quick, very.
So bye, signing off. Yeah, it's true. I feel like this week was good. Was like focused. I feel like it was focused for some reason.
Yeah.
So it was nice, but I'm pretty tired. It also might have something to do that yesterday I was with Ludo, my brother, and we were playing CS:GO quite late. So
Wait, that's 2 nights in a row, no? Or
yeah,
was it?
Maybe more. I don't know. I don't remember anymore.
I don't remember. It's like I have these periods when I'm really into the game, and then after a week I'm like, I hate the game, and I don't play it for a few months. Alex, we should play together sometime.
Yeah, we should, but right now I'm on the period where I don't play at all. Like I have it the same as you.
Yeah.
Like it
Yeah, but
feels
I think
like I'm
we will get,
addicted
like-
for like a week, and then I just stop randomly for like a month. So yeah, it's my month now.
Got it. I need you to teach me some new stuff, there. Like,
Tips and tricks.
I'm so bad. Like, I'm so bad.
Yeah, you just need to like play like a madman every day, and you get
Yeah,
better. But it takes a lot of time. So
You just need to buy a very expensive mouse and
yeah,
and a
setup.
gaming chair, man, and
gaming
everything.
display and a chair. Yeah, and then you need a lot of RGB lights everywhere.
Yeah,
And then
it's
you are gonna be a really good player.
True.
exactly. It's the
Actually
same. It's the same as with podcasts. Like, it's all about the setup. There's nothing else, man.
Yeah.
Exactly.
If you buy expensive enough microphone, it actually talks for you. You don't even have to open your mouth.
Yeah.
All right. So what's the first topic on? I know your
just
energy
writing a-
levels are low.
Post on LinkedIn. Just quickly posting that we are live. Of Welder. Come join us and say hi. Yeah, for everyone watching, feel free to say hi. Feel free to ask us any questions. That's why we are here, and that's why we are live streaming, because that's the most fun. Alex, can I give you the responsibility to check the comments, please?
Yeah, I have it open.
Thank you, sir. And I will introduce the first topic today. The first topic today of our product update this week, and also the last week, because last week we missed the stream because we actually found out that there is a bug preventing us and everyone on the platform from going live. But Predrag was quick and decisive and fixed the bug in like half an hour. But then we were like, we are not going live anymore. So yeah. Local Studio is terminated. That's the first topic. Second topic is user research and how we plan to do user research, and that's Alex, because he's right now doing and pushing user research. Third topic will be hiring and sharing and just chatting about what we do right now to hire senior developers, and it's how it's pretty challenging in current market. And the last will be Predrag telling us how he improved the reliability and stability of the platform again this week. So let's start with the first one. Local Studio is terminated, and I think like there is a video right now, kind of why we decided to do it from like point of view for users, kind of. So why we believe Welder Studio is the way to go and stuff. But maybe it will be interesting, guys, to share and speak about like why we decided to do it also from the business point. Like when you're a small team building a startup and you decide to pivot, and then there is the legacy software and you have to take care of it, and it's, for example, broken quite often. So maybe let's try to look at this also from this point of view. So why we decided to do that? Why we decide to terminate Local Studio?
Well, I think the most important point probably in our case would be that we just didn't believe in the Local Studio as much as a Lab Studio. Like if you are looking from the business point of view, I think the Local Studio has value, and there are people who really need it. But we think that the real market for us and the content we want to produce is not dependent on local video. And basically, the approach itself is kind of like a half backwards, where the internet is getting better every year, and like the customization is getting better, like in these kinds of tools, basically every day. So why have it? When the quality is good enough. And I think this was the main reason probably for the migration.
I was waiting for the layouts to switch back, so it was just a shot of Brady and Marek staring.
I was waiting for Marek to say something interesting.
It's true.
This is why I have the editor after the stream. Oh my god, this is so good. Yeah, but I never realized how like backwards it is, the whole thing, because as Predrag said, it internet is getting better and everything. Like the whole thing is gonna be worse and worse as the time goes, I think, and that's like a massive reason as well, I think.
Yeah, exactly. So basically, even with the local recording, there are so many issues with like client pieces and everything, and you do all of this work, and with the high chance of it breaking, where in fact like the world is moving into other direction. Which is kind of funny, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
So
But
I think
I mean, I think
sorry.
Sorry.
Go on.
I think there's a lot of space for this kind of solution, but as Predrag said, it's kind of a backwards thinking, and it have its use cases. And for example, like really high professional, like recording, maybe something for TV or some other media, but like the mass of users is moving like in like always online, live stream and everything.
And actually, I think the funniest thing about this is that the most criticism we get about like Local Studio being good, which it still has some use cases, is that if user has like a bad internet, really bad. But the actual thing is that if your internet is really bad, even the Local Studio is not that great of a solution. Because usually what happens is that, for example, if the user has to wait 8 hours to upload the video file or something like that, he will not do that anyway, usually. He will just leave, and then you have to send him a link again, but then the video is probably deleted because he didn't have space. So there is like many different issues where it breaks even if your internet is bad. So it's not that great. Like usually with online calls, you kind of have to guarantee a minimum of experience for both participants. They should both at least have some kind of at least like medium-sized network, something like that. That doesn't have to be necessarily ultra high quality, but it has to be somewhat good to even for local recording to basically have at least like some chance of saving it.
Also, even if you have space, the local file, it just doesn't sit there forever, right? It like
exactly.
After some time.
If you send him a link after like 2 days, there is a good chance that the file will be already deleted.
Yeah, and then it goes. I'm sorry. Then it goes to the support thing, to the point of view that I wanted to say, that people tell me that I have stuck uploading, and for me it's like impossible to salvage the file because like there's nothing left. They come back after like a week, the file is not there anymore, and you cannot just like magically fix that.
It's not in the computer, it's not in the cloud, it's like cloud, it's nowhere.
And the server-side recording is worsened as well because like the internet bandwidth is loaded with the progressive uploaders going on all the time. So like even if you are taking the server-side recording as a backup, the quality is shit. and also if the internet outage actually is longer than like 10 seconds, like it really drops down, the user is disconnected from the call and the recording stops as well. So it's not like it continues without the live call. Like it's so intertwined together that you actually need a good internet. So it's not really the best solution. The quality worsens because there is the progressive upload. Yeah, and also I think the interesting point why we decided to terminate it is that we are a small team, and taking, because for example, I got a lot of emails from users, not a lot, but I got some emails from users telling me like, one, pretty harsh, and second, also pretty harsh, being like, this is this is the worst product decision sorry, this is the worst product decision you could ever make, like getting rid of the local recording. Now you have zero advantage over StreamYard, and editing for single track, that everything is combined in one file, is shit, and it doesn't work for me. And I kind of get it. Like it's a different use case. As Marek said, like there are use cases for the local recording where it makes a lot of sense, but it's
It's
like
just
it's
a
pretty-
different audience, man. Just different audience.
We are
Like,
targeting more of like a casual business creator, something like that, and like
Yeah.
the main use case for local recording lies in like highly professional market, I think, and this is not exactly what we are aiming for.
Exactly.
Yeah, and
I
also-
think it's a valid criticism. It's just that it's good for us and even like for people watching us to remember that we originally started Welder to solve our own problem, on creating content, and we want to solve this problem for people like us. And there is definitely market, and you can actually, like, there is actually a lot of local recording tools you can use if you really need them. Like, for example, Riverside, like Zencaster, and other. But for us, this is not solving the problem, and for people like us, it's still not solving the problem. So we just, it doesn't make sense to continue doing it, basically.
Yeah, exactly. And well said. And it takes resources to take care of it, and we are small and we want to be focused, so we are focusing on the stuff that is making sense for us. We know it solves our problem, so we know that we can solve the problem well and deliver a good solution for users with a similar problem like us. And there because I get a lot of emails from people signing up right now, being like, hey, this is amazing solution. I was looking for this for so long. I know StreamYard and Restream and Descript, but having all in one, being able to stream, record, edit stuff, repurpose stuff is so powerful. And what is also funny is that you have to realize that the users who are using our software is not the users we normally think they are. Like, they are not like us. They are not young. They are not tech savvy. Because if you are like us, you use Final Cut, you use OBS, you can do that. you know how to set up stuff. But these people are older. They are less tech savvy. They need really simple solutions for the given specific problem. So it's quite interesting.
yeah, they don't even have to be like older or less tech savvy. They just might not have so much time to like adjust everything and use OBS and stuff like this. So there's like two articles to this, I think. And also, this might sound bad, but if you're really harsh about this change, you probably don't really understand what's the point of the pivot. It's like, if I compare it to something extreme, if, I don't know, Tinder suddenly became the next Spotify and people would hate them and say, oh, that's the worst change you could have made. I don't even listen to music. Like, what? It doesn't make any sense. It's something different. Like, it's a pivot. It's, of course, you're not going to find it as good as before because it's probably not for you. So, yeah, we have a different audience now. Some people from the local solution could potentially switch if they don't need the local tracks as much. But we're probably going to get different people using it.
Exactly. Well said. And quick recap. Marek, you want to say something?
I think it's maybe important to also explain why we couldn't just leave it running, because a lot of people think like, okay, this is software, it has been written once, why not just leave it there in the cloud and let people use it? And like the main two reasons I think are like support, because we have spent a lot of time dealing with issues, and sometimes there are people who are pretty sad because they lost their recording and we have to explain, and it makes us feel bad, and it takes time. And also the general reliability, because like we don't really see a chance to have it like completely reliable one day. So for example, if we could maybe hire a developer and let him work on that solution for, I don't know, 6 months, 1 year, we still don't see like there's a chance that it could be completely reliable. And I think for us, it's like we always wanted to create a software which like runs somehow without, like major problems. It's maybe there are companies who can do that, who can make a lot of money by creating a software which is not completely reliable because they have a lot of users and maybe some will churn out, some new will come. But maybe for me personally, it's not really what I want to do. It's like I feel ashamed when it doesn't work.
Yeah, and yeah, I agree. We are kind of builders that like to build the stuff and then have it working, have it simple, and focus on other things like improving it and stuff, and not building systems where we take care of it so it's reliable.
In a startup environment, you are not ever gonna get a software which is 100% reliable. It's not even something you should strive for. But like Welder is, I think, beyond the point we want to be or where we feel comfortable.
It's unscalable for a team like us. You really have to go and either raise funding or
I'm sorry, guys, but dominant speaker view is just the best thing ever.
Right? Exactly. It's so cool. I'm like right now when we really are into it, it's so cool. Like it's so good.
Yeah,
I really like it.
I was just like an audience for a few seconds right now, listening to you guys talking, and the view just kept switching, and it was so cool. It was like basically getting individual tracks and editing it afterwards, but it's like being edited while we're streaming. It's so cool.
And the funny part is that we are actually the only platform for streaming that has that right now.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Actually surprising even.
Yeah, it is. And I'm already getting some users who are onboarding and asking me if there is this dominant speaker view because they didn't see it anywhere else. So we need to shout that to the world a bit more, which is cool.
This is really cool. I was actually wondering if it's like feature like this, if it's not kind of like a double-edged sword, because if it breaks, it can get really annoying. Like it could, I don't know, be flickering or something. Like if it's buggy, it could look really bad. Or is it something that just works after you do it?
Yeah, it works fine. Like this is one of the things that I think always work. Actually, we had it from original Welder. It was pretty.
Yeah, but I think like initially there was like a problem, with flickering or something.
Yeah, but
and
it was
and like you fixed that. But now it's pretty solid.
Yeah, if Predrag is the one writing it, it's bulletproof.
Actually, the flickering bug was done by me.
Yeah, I remember
you
like
create the problems and you solve them. Like this is how
like,
you
like Johan was like, "Where are you going to fix it?" And Predrag's like, "Never, ever."
It's always like there's some pretty annoying bug, and Predrag like doesn't want to fix it because he just wants to keep moving. I'm like, we need to fix it, man. It's important. No, I will never fix it, man.
And
it's
then,
just like it's impossible.
In one day, like, yeah, it's fixed. And it's
Yeah, or even that evening, it's like it's fixed.
Only one thing.
One bug that cannot be fixed. It's going to come. I believe in it.
Okay, I will do a quick recap of when is happening what and how with the terminating of Local Studio, so we have it again covered. So at 15th February, we are switching off the ability to record through Local Studio. At 15th March, we are deleting all the files stored in our databases from the Local Studio. So everyone, if you have used our local recording solution and you want to keep some files from that, please download them before 15th March. We will be sending emails and notification and others, but do that. We won't be able to recover them. Yeah, so that's how we do that. Why we believe in Live Studio, that's where we are moving. I will again go quickly through that. It's because it's amazing. Like Live Studio, Welder Live Studio is so cool. You can go live, you can record, you can edit, and you can repurpose your content. We do it every Friday. It's really a time saver for if you are up for producing content. And you are not obsessed about quality, like top notch quality, but you are really focusing and aiming for getting the content out there, having it valuable through having great conversations. You can make it look great and amazing in Welder Studio and then edit it and repurpose it, distribute it to all the platforms. It's cool. And now I want to share with you guys as well, because I'm not sure you've seen that, the stuff I've been working on this week, which is a exploration of like exploration of how streaming looks like and how it could look like in Welder Studio. And so what I like to do, because right now we have a lot of ideas and a lot of features that I'm not sure which screen I'm screen share. Oh, this mode is good. Okay. So sorry again. We are having a lot of ideas right now, a lot of features in a roadmap we want to do, but it's important when you are building a product to also look like a lot farther than just like the next month features, what people need right now, what's broken right now. It's good to set a vision, because then you can first make decisions right now with the new features that you build that will not cripple you after some time. So you will not build something you will throw away because it's completely off the vision you want to have. First. Second, is the actually only way that you can innovate stuff, because if you are only looking like next step, you don't have the big picture, and the creativity mind, the ideas are just not coming. And so what I like to do is just gather all the inspiration, like just takes bits and pieces of what I like, even from far, like not so related topics that I just find somehow cool and maybe in some terms relatable to the current like ideas. So I went through, and I also asked you guys to give me some of your like favorite live streamers or something you found cool. And I will just quickly go through it and why I like it. So first, the Predrax found events in VR are actually really interesting. And maybe, Predax, you can chat about it, why you like it.
Okay, so you put me kind of on the spot actually, but yeah,
Sorry.
basically what I like I think actually this is going to be the future of like life and something like this, but it's going to take time. Like this is not yet ready. I think it's going to take at least 5 years, but the reason I liked it actually, and I sent you this video, was that it was a VR event that worked very well on 2D screen, basically as a YouTube video. And the reason for that is that they managed to do a lot of like interesting cuts and camera movements into the room and really make the live stream alive. You know, so when people are asking questions, like the camera will move in the 3D space, and it will actually like show the speaker how he's holding the microphone in the VR. So for people like in the VR stream, it's interesting because of course like they feel like they are in the room. But even for the people like watching on YouTube, it can be made quite engaging because like you can almost replicate the real room with the movements and cameras and stuff like that. So I found it interesting. Actually, I think the most important point for me was that even the VR live streams are watchable from your computer, which I think is quite important for adoption. Like you don't really want to create a VR live streams if only VR people can actually enjoy them. You know, it's really important for the basically 99% or rest for everybody to also be able to consume this content. And I think like this is one of the first streams that actually proved that it's quite possible and is watchable. It's not perfect, but it's getting there basically. So this is what I found interesting. Just
I agree, definitely agree. When I watched this video, I was surprised how even as you said 2D viewer, as a for 2D viewer, it's actually a pleasant experience. Like you can get all these switches, like the scenes change a lot, like the people are quite interactive. It's nice. So I like it a lot. So I put that in there. This is also cool. Like this is a streamer, I think, from Japan. It's doing project called Miko, which is like she's actually mapping herself and recreating herself in Unreal Engine, and like then streaming the Unreal Engine stream, and it allows her to do like these pretty wild, like even cyberpunk kind of stuff. That, for example, her shirt is animated with, I don't know, like sponsors or whatever. And it's quite cool. Like she even can take her phone in real life, and it's scanning her hand, like it's tracking her hand, but then the screen is shared and like mapped to the phone in the Unreal Engine. It's quite cool stuff. Wild but cool. Of course, Apple, like they are pretty good at live streams. And in last 2 years doing them remotely, they really managed to set the bar for live streams and how it can look like. It's pre-recorded, but like how it can look like really, really high. I like this scene. Like just imagine being able in Welder to like screen share into this, and it's like mirrored, and it looks like this stage and whatever theater, and then you can be there, not like this, but for example without the background. can be pretty cool actually. I also put this because it's important to remember that it's not all about the coolness. Like, it's about the conversation, and it can be simple and works. So yeah, remember that. This is Alex layout. Alex, do you want to share why you like this epic layout?
Yeah, I just it was a stream I was watching, and I noticed that the layout looks really cool. It's basically just people commentating something. Like, it's 5 people, and they're sharing the screen, and they have like scenes ready beforehand. They actually switched. I didn't make a screenshot of that because it was really brief, but they were switching between scenes where the 5 cams were looking slightly different again. But this was the layout they've been using basically the whole time, and it looked really good.
Yeah, it's cool. I really like it. I also like figure out, and I can see it also. Where is it here? That streamers on Twitch, like they're even like in real life and just chatting streamers. I think they are like the farthest in the stream industry, and they really like fine tune their layouts. And I like how it's interesting that there's a lot happening on the scene, like when we're there live streaming. You know, like I'm used to just live stream the people speaking. You know, or like even in like dominant speaker layout or whatever. But for streaming, it is different. Like, it's not all about just the face of it's not about the streamer. It's like, because people, I'm not exactly sure why. I think that it's because people are spending a lot of times on the streams. Like, they are just watching it as a background.
Yeah.
But there's a lot, you know, like
yeah.
there's like some chat, there's screen share for maybe just background music. Then there's the hymn, there's like comment.
It actually reminds me of like old internet, you know, like you had your own,
yeah,
and there was like everything, you know, like a countdown till Christmas, you know, and
yeah,
like some animated flag, you know, and it was just cool. And this reminds me of that era.
yeah. It reminds me of this as well, like cockpits for some reason. Like, there's so much happening, and it's interesting. Like, it's interesting. Yeah, a lot of cool countdowns. Like, this is a whole animated movie just as a countdown. It's cool. Like, it's cool. What?
You know, it's like a looping animation, basically, or is it like?
No, it's like it's like 5-minute looping animation that is just like as a countdown. You know.
Yeah, that's very common on Twitch. Like, people go live, and they're like, they just have a starting screen for first 15-20 minutes, and just people gathering, chatting before the streamer actually shows up.
Yeah, it's also cool that like the emote stuff is pretty cool. I believe, because like a lot of people are watching streams, but they are not necessarily commenting, and I can understand why. Like, I don't comment at all, but like sharing reactions is cool. So I like that. I would love to connect the like shorten or let the friction between the viewers and the streamers disappear, so the connection is the closest. And if you are using some platform like Welder, it widens. Like, there's more layers between you and the viewers. So like, how to let it disappear?
I'm sorry, we just have James Bishop in the chat.
Oh,
so
James.
Everybody say hi.
My guy.
James.
This one is also cool because like Luke here from Linus Tech Tips wasn't on spot, but they took the setup they have on spot and just take him and cut out through green screen the head and put it there. And actually, it's kind of cool, kind of funny. I can imagine having this as a setup for me, for example. Like, I'm sitting, you know, here or whatever, and there's a space, a desk, and then you guys or Alex can be sitting here again, like making it more how to say it, like immersive.
Yeah, also it's funny. Kind of.
Also, it's funny, yeah. And yeah, so that's what I did this week, and it's pretty cool. It's something I will continue working on for some time, gathering all the inspiration, looking for like finding really cool stuff that relates to me to the streaming. So we can, and the goal for me is to build kind of a story or a single stream, kind of, or something more holistic but easier to understand than like separate bits and pieces, because right now it's pretty hard to digest this. So it's digestible, so we can even share it with the team, like even new hires, so they can see like this is what we are going after. You know, like this is the vision. This is the cool future product that will be the top-notch way of streaming, like really easily, but looking really cool.
Yeah, they're gonna add more stuff there.
Yep.
People are really creative.
Okay, maybe when we are talking about the live streaming, maybe Preda, you want to finish the live streaming part with the reliability and stuff. What did you do this week? Just going through that.
Yeah, sure. So we have a lot of reliability, small like fixes that should make it better, but it's kind of hard to explain actually, like to layman's. It's basically a lot of backend stuff that will help us make it more reliable. And like from user side, you should see it as sometimes it actually happened where you finish the stream, it will be stuck in processing. So right now, after this week, after we release the new version, this should be much better. And we have done a few things to make it better, like in our own infrastructure, like the way we deploy it and the way we use code and the way we call like different services. So yeah, this is better, and hopefully, like you will see the result next week. After, yeah, that's pretty much it.
As someone who's been doing support for so long, I can tell you that I really hate stack processing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. It's true that right now the Live Studio, it's in beta. It's not perfect, but the thing is that the solution is different in a way that we have everything kind of under our control. Not like with local recording, when there is a lot happening on the user's computer that is not under our controls, and that means that in like pretty near future we will fine-tune the whole studio to almost like bulletproof level of reliability, and it's achievable for us, which is important.
Yep.
Cool, man. Thanks for sharing. Next one, user research. Alex, I really liked what you did this week on the user research, that you tried and started figuring out, like setting up a new onboarding process for our users. Sorry, not onboarding process, but like onboarding questions that we will ask them and gather information about them, so we can then group them, ask them another questions, and starting to figure out who our users, the new users, are.
Yeah, so basically with the pivot, we are now stuck. It's not a bad thing, but there's a lot of users from the old local solution, and we are not exactly sure if they're even interested in live. And so basically, and we still have people signing up for transcript or for the old local studio, because that's still a thing until 15th of February, by the way. So just needed to say this. Yeah, so basically when they sign up, they will get a question, which is, wait, I'm gonna read it. Are you interested in creating live streaming content? And the point of this is to segment these people into 4 groups. Initially, I wanted to do just 2 groups, but I think 4 groups is better. And it basically goes from people that are not at all interested, people that tried live streaming in the past but didn't really like it, then people that are thinking about it and they want to try it in the future, but there might be some reason why they haven't done so yet, and people that are already using live streaming as another content and just doing it regularly or did it in the past and like it. And each of the group also has its own goals and set of questions. And basically, yeah, I'm gonna talk to these people. Probably the first 2 groups, I'm not sure if these people are gonna be too keen in having calls with me if they are not really interested in live. So I will prepare some forms and probably something super simple, so it doesn't take much time. And yeah, this is how I'm gonna segment the users into 4 groups, hopefully, and get as much data as possible.
Nice, I like it. I'm really looking forward to start finding out and getting it in data's language, the difference between the users that signed up for the recording mostly and are interested in recording, and the new users that will be and are signing up already for live streaming, or the whole horizontal flow of live streaming, recording, editing, repurposing. Because when we are building a product, you always have this hypothesis, this idea. The more time you are in the field, the more you go in depth. It's more crystallized and more specific and more strong also. But you never know if it's actually right before you let the users in and let them play with it and decide if it's actually right, if it helps their problem, and also like who are the users. So I'm looking forward to start figuring this out.
Yeah, interestingly enough, the fourth group, the people that are already like streamers, it's like the least interesting group to me, like on the surface. Like I'm really the most interested in the group number 2, like the people that tried streaming in the past and they don't like it. I really want to know why. I think like some reasons could be that people weren't watching
how is it
them.
possible that you don't like live streaming?
What are
Tell me, like, what the fuck
Are you
is wrong with you?
stupid, man?
Like, what the heck, man? Like, what? So, okay, we have heard it. Alex's favorite group is number 2, sorry.
Number 2, yes, and closely followed by number 3, and yeah, then probably number 4. Like number 1, these are just stupid people.
that's some profession deformation. This like this guy is like
Yeah, maybe Alex like gonna walk in a bar tomorrow, and he's like, ask like a random person like, which group are you in? Are you number 1? I don't want to talk with you.
I have a question for you. Are you interested in live streaming? And based on the answer, Alex would be like, "Oh, bye bye," or "Hey, nice to meet you, man."
The next round is on me.
Okay, cool. And last topic, hiring. We are hiring right now for some time, mostly the guys, Predrag and Marek, and I believe their process is pretty interesting. It's oh, I'm watching. Sorry, their process is pretty interesting. Because we are always up for optimization, automation, making stuff as seamless for us as possible, and they managed to do it really well. So I'm looking forward for you guys to share with us the process you set up in the place and how is it going so far, and what do you think we should improve, and also maybe sharing also a little bit about the current market state for developers, for senior developers, like, because I feel like it's really hard to hire new developers right now.
Yeah, like actually, like 2 months ago, I've been on like a local meetup here in Prague with like other colleagues like from startups, and I told them like we are going to hire like a few senior developers, and they were just laughing. Everyone's trying that, like, good luck, man. And I think it's a good like explanation of like the overall situation right now. Like during the COVID, everyone went online, and to go online, you need developers, to build your solution. So like the shortage is even worse than it was before, and even before that, it was pretty bad. But it doesn't mean like you can't hire. Like you just have to be smarter, than others. And what we are basically doing right now is that we try to automate like the initial phase, because we are a small team. We don't want to really use like external HR agencies or like anything like that. So we really want to find the best people ourselves and hire them, like we do like all the time with everything. And so we are basically like scraping LinkedIn, and then based on some basic filters, we are trying to find the right candidates, and we are sending like a cold outreach message, and connecting them, and then manually replying to each of them. If they are interested, we can schedule like a short call. If they are not, I just wish them to have a nice day. Actually, I get a lot of responses like, I'm not interested, I'm looking for a job, but your product is like super cool and I have never seen this, and it's so cool. And
nice.
I get a lot of like positive responses, even for like cold, maybe a little bit spammy outreach. I never even once got like a angry message or anything. So that's pretty cool. And it's kind of energizing work, actually, to be honest, even if it's like such a slave work. But the problem is that we get a lot of responses from people who are not such a good fit. And then you have to go through the call, and it's sometimes both ends are losing a lot of time on this. So right now we are thinking about refining this process to get it more, efficient. We actually will be going through, at least I'm doing this right now, going through like each profile beforehand. So we do some like automated filtering, and then we go through each profile ourselves to see it, to really decide if this person is possibly, be hired by us, and after that we are cold outreaching. Actually, I'm looking forward to develop like a super simple like tool for this, where you just fill in, like a lot of LinkedIn profiles, like maybe 50 or something, 100 you want to go through, and you just with your keyboard, you just go to the next one, and you decide like I want this one or I don't want this one, like with keys, and it then like filters into another list. So
nice. That's some product idea.
yeah, I think it can be just a super simple script with maybe an iframe, and then you will need to launch like Google Chrome without like iframe checks for LinkedIn or something. A little bit hacky, but I think it could be developed in like 15 minutes or so. So
nice.
this is
That's cool.
over a weekend.
Yeah, that's cool. That's nice. What I like about this process is that it really like, because the hiring market, the hiring is mess, and not only because the market is packed with cash and with VC-backed companies that are having a lot of cash and like really hiring everyone, but also because it's about discovering the talent, about discovering the people, about because like not everyone is open to work or finding work, but in their heads they might be up for looking for a new job or for switch. They just didn't get nudged, or they just didn't decide and you want to be first there before they open for hire, because then someone will get them before you. And also we have been on the other side, right? Like we have been on the side when you are trying to be hired, but you are quite specific. For example, like us, we were a team delivering product as marketing stuff, and it was again hard for us to be discovered by others. So why I like this method that you guys built is that it might feel spammy, as you said, but it's not so much. It really just like goes through the sets of values that you want for the people, like senior and Python, whatever, and then you like really arbitrage everyone there and push the message to everyone, and that helps you select the candidates that are interested. And I remember last time I was like, hey guys, maybe we should not do it this the automated way, because there's a lot of like mistargeting, and we want to, for example, go for like look into like really great companies and then hit their developers manually and stuff. And you said cool stuff that's like these people are there, like there are not so many of them, so they are in the list, but this automation will help us reach to us automatically without too much work. And if they are interested, it will filter them for us, and we can then pick up like, okay, this is a cool company and he's interested in looking like for a new opportunity. And so it's much more like it's a bigger time saver. So that's interesting. I really like this.
I think it's a good idea to start this way, because initially you want to get as much calls as possible to like really get into the flow, and then when it starts to be too much for you, like maybe having 3 calls a day, it's not so best thing like for an engineer or someone who wants to focus on his work. Then you can like switch to maybe a more refined process.
Yeah, it's actually surprising like how not spammy like this approach is considered. I think it's mainly because like both me and Mark are writing these people directly as a co-founders, basically technical co-founders, where it's true that before we started the Welder, I had a lot of discussions with recruiters, and like the way you speak to other developers and like technical co-founders, stuff like that is different than with recruiters, and usually like you also expect kind of like different communication where it's directly to the point. Like there is no bullshit around anything basically, and I just need to explain what we do, like what we can offer, and let's jump on a call. And usually the like discussion is much more smooth, and the people are more willing to respond even to like cold outreach basically. And I think it's mainly because you are directly writing them, and you're not going through like 4 different companies like to get it. I mean that works too. Like when you start to scale, you kind of have to do it, obviously. But for us, like our big advantage is that we are in fact small, so we should use that, and we are using that. It works, so it works nice.
Yeah, and also it differentiates us from other founders, because if other founders are not using this way of this automation, they are not able to reach to so many people.
Yeah, exactly.
It's impossible.
Exactly.
So you are really standing out in their inboxes, because mostly it's recruiters who are trying to uncover talent that is hidden somewhere because it's not open for her, not looking for a job. So yeah, I like it a lot. The only improvement we talked with Marek before the call would be that maybe I would do the first call instead of you, because for you it's really important to have like these deep focus time zones. And for me, like my current work is pretty scattered all over, so it's okay for me to have these 10 minutes calls to do just the first check if the person actually is who we say he is. He has some basic knowledge, he has some basic motivation to join our team. He can speak English, at least on our level, and I can pass it through you guys, so you can take them on a journey through our code or whatever you do.
I'm gonna share a strategy that I think we should do.
Okay.
Wait.
By the way, sorry, do you hear some noise behind me or no? Like in my mic?
No, not really.
Can you see it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's good.
I don't see anything. What?
Where are you looking?
Yeah, that's a good way.
What do you do, man?
We discovered a bug, maybe. I literally just shared and added an overlay to the stream. You can see it on the stream as well. You can look into the YouTube stream.
Oh, I don't see that. Okay.
Okay, we discovered a bug then.
Yeah, this is good, and I like this use. Man, I like this use of overlay.
Yeah, should be like better than covering all of us, but
no, it's cool actually. It's cool actually.
By the way, you know what I had to do? I was preparing this the whole time you guys were talking. I had to go to Photoshop. I had to create like a full HD 16:9 picture.
But you made it look like super simple, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So seamless.
I shouldn't have said that.
Yeah, actually,
it was very simple.
About like Photoshop and stuff. You know? So if you didn't tell me, I would thought like this was like 1 minute job.
Yeah. Shout out to Chris Hart. I seen this I think this week as well. It's a good story. It's a smart approach. I like this. I like these grow hacks. Okay, so we discovered a bug. Again, it's cool. We found a great use case. I really like these pop-ups, like pop-up messages, you know, like big, pretty, like even like killing the view or whatever, like, but like pop-up message. It's
yeah,
cool.
but I think
makes it, like,
if we really want this to work like seamlessly, it's not that complicated, is it?
Yeah.
Like, we just need to like put everything in the center and don't, you know, squeeze it or make it bigger or anything. And
that's true.
It's just gonna work.
Yeah, like it. And it would be cool to have like some better way than like upload overlay, because it's not, it would be the packaging should not be like overlay, but like pop-up message or something like that. I like that. I will write down that as an idea. And I think that's all for our stream today. I thank you everyone for joining us today. We had a few people here. James, thank you for commenting. I hope Alex, you will take this little piece and send it to him. Thank you guys for joining. It was really nice. I enjoyed it. And see you everyone next week for another product update in Behind the Product. Bye-bye.
See you guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.